Hello again, welcome to today's attempt at the Yeardle puzzle, where I'm simply trying to guess the year in which all of these events happened. After each guess it will give you a colour clue, and the closer to green the clue is, basically the closer you are to the correct year. And you've only got 8 guesses in total. So today's events: the poor Conrad peasant revolt against Ulrich, Duke of Württemberg, begins in Beutelsbach. Apologies in advance for my pronunciation, or apologies after the event, I suppose. Battle of Orsha. In one of the biggest battles of the century, Jagiellonian dynasty forces comprising Belarusians of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania and Poles defeat the army of the Grand Duchy of Moscow. And the earliest printed edition of Saxo Grammaticus's 12th century Scandinavian history, Gesta Danorum, edited by Christian Pedersen from an original found near Lund, is published as Danorum Regum Herumque Historiae by Jodocus Baudius in Paris. Right, so my pronunciations were clearly terrible for all of that, and I've got no idea when any of these events happened. So let's try and be logical. This was a 12th century Scandinavian history, so the earliest printed edition is probably going to be fairly close to the 12th century, but maybe just a little bit later. So let's go for 1389 as a random first guess, just to get us started, because I have no idea when either of the other two events were either. And I'm within 200 years, so that's a good start. I'm going to move it back a little bit, or forwards in time. Which way's forwards and which way's back when it comes to time? Anyway, I'm going to move it later in history. Let's move it back 100 years. 1489. That's more like it. So it's end of the 15th century or start of the 16th. Let's move it back again. Let's go for 1510. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. So again, it's at least 11 years away from this, which means it has to be 1500 or after. And actually that's telling us exactly the same thing here. So it's either 1500 to 1507 or 1513 to 1520. Let's try 1515. Now we're getting really close. Okay, so it's either 1513, 14, 16 or 17. I've got a 1 in 4 guess here, I think. Let's try 17. Right, so it's at least 3 years off, so now it can't be 1516 either. So it's either 1513 or 1514. I think this is a straight 50-50 at this stage. Oh, and I've guessed wrong. So it's going to be a 1514. And that's going to be 7 guesses required. I have defeated history, apparently. So, poor Conrad peasant revolt against Ulrich began in 1514. I'm sure none of us knew that, unless you're a historian watching this, in which case, congratulations. I'm quite happy with 7. It could have been so much better. I was only 4 years away after 3 guesses, and it took another 4 guesses from that point. So, little bit unlucky towards the end, I think, but I didn't fail. That's the main aim, so fairly happy with that. Let me know how you got on. Let me know if you're a historian and you instantly knew one or more of these clues. Otherwise, that's the Yeardle puzzle for today. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.